Baker, you ready?
Well, the Sunbelt Conference celebrating their 30th anniversary, and boy, we've got a great volleyball championship in 2005. It's all tied at 1-1. Number 1 seed Western Kentucky and number 2 seed Middle Tennessee. Two teams that love to play against each other. Westerns have the advantage, but Middle's trying to take it away on their home court. Hi, everybody. Sam Smith back once again at courtside along with the commissioner of the Sunbelt Conference, Mr. Wright Waters, who is here overseeing with his fine staff the championship for the volleyball. And, well, we have number 1 against number 2. Did you script this out this well?
I'd like to credit for it, but no, it worked out perfectly. We got a great crowd, a lot of excitement. Middle Tennessee's done a great job of putting this tournament on, and congratulations to Helen Grant from our staff for everything, and thanks to you guys for being here.
Well, it's fun for us, and again, when you first took over in the Sun Belt, the volleyball program was good. Let's not take anything away from the way they played, but it was a different dimension, particularly the way they're playing now.
Well, we're real excited about it, Sam. This is a great example of how it's supposed to work. Our coaches got together and they said, Commissioner, we want to be good. What do we have to do to be good? And we said, well, number 1, you've got to recruit great players. And then you got to coach them, you got to play good people, you've got to win games. And they are as good as any group of coaches we've ever worked with. They've really taken the bit, and very honestly, this game being on the internet streaming the first part and now with you guys here is kind of a reward for their diligence. They've gone from like 23rd in the NCAA RPI conference ranking to as high as 12th and back to 14th last year. So it's been a good ride for them.
Well, of course, as we talk volleyball here today in Murfreesboro, the football is coming down to the wire. It's either going to be University of Louisiana Monroe, or Arkansas State to win the title. And we've got a couple of big games coming up next week. As a matter of fact, University of Louisiana will play at Monroe. And the other game was part of our doubleheader on many of these stations. Middle Tennessee will be at Troy. The last 2 out of the conference championship chase, but still battling to improve their record. And the football race has been quite a big race and kind of pretty much what you wanted, even though North Texas doesn't like it.
Well, it's a little different than past years because in past years, North Texas just kind of ran away with it. But what's happening this year is what really should happen in a conference race. We've got, last week we had 5 teams still in it. Now we've got 3 teams still in it. But even more importantly, we've still got 3 teams that can influence the end that can't get there themselves. So here we are at the end of the season. We still got excitement. We still got a lot of good things going on. It's the way it's supposed to work.
Well, of course, with the wheels rolling, the New Orleans Bowl has been moved to Cajun Field in Lafayette. You can go on the web at and of course that's sunbeltsports.org for information on the New Orleans Bowl. Basketball is coming our way, and we start our telecast in January. And do we flip a coin again?
I tell you what, the basketball, this may be a really exciting year. I saw Kermit Davis a few minutes ago. He's over here for the volleyball, and he said this may be the best year that the conference has had, top to bottom. He said it's going to be exciting, and every game counts. So we'll see where it goes.
Well, there you see our January schedule. It will start on the 5th of January. This is just our January schedule. And of course, it'll be men and women's basketball as well, as we show no favorites here with the men and women. Well, Commish, it's been another great run, and congratulations on this 30th anniversary of the conference.
Well, thank you, Sam. And ESPN and ESPN Plus have been a great part of that. We've been with ESPN from the beginning, and it's got such great brand recognition. And if a young person is out there, wants to compete in Division I, get a quality education that our schools can, get those great lessons that you can learn in intercollegiate athletics, this is a great place for them.
Well, we know we're going 4 games anyway, as it's all tied 1-1. Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky. The championship of 2005 returns in a moment. Well, head coach Matt Peck here with Middle Tennessee, along with Travis Hudson of Western Kentucky, are solely hoping this will be their day. They're going to go 4 games before one of these teams is declared the champion on this particular 2005 championship. Both the coaches, as the commissioner indicated, are getting better and better players. But they also know if you get better players, you win. You're going to get the coveted ring and going to the NCAA playoffs. What does that mean to both of the coaches?
Obviously, the conference championship will get us into the NCAA using the automatic bid, and none of these players have ever played in the NCAA tournament before. I have that background. I've played in the Division II national championship a number of years, but for them, it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I mean, it may never happen again. So, I think that's on the back of everybody's mind right now. But we're just focusing on Western Kentucky right now and nothing else.
You know, it's something that would mean a lot to me, I can't lie. You know, we've been to this point a lot and come up just short, and you know, I feel like if we can just keep getting back to this point, that we'll get our share of trips to the NCAA. But more importantly, this team this year is a team that I think can be competitive nationally, and I really want them to have the opportunity to get back in that NCAA tournament and see if we can make some noise.
Sam Smith back here with Tammy Blackburn, and I would imagine that going to the NCAA, that's got to be a big thrill.
Well, it is a big deal, and both of these teams, you know, are very, very hungry. That's why we've seen the competitive volleyball that we have today. You're only going to see more of that in Game 3 and Game 4, potentially Game 5.
Who goes to the NCAA? The Blue Raiders or the Hilltoppers? We'll be back to take a look at highlights and stats and more from the championship with the volleyball here from Murfreesboro. Well, it's all tied at 1 game apiece, heading for the 3rd game. Let's take a quick look at some highlights. And the big reason Middle Tennessee has had such a good run against Western Kentucky is the way they played that front line.
Well, the blocks have been huge for Middle Tennessee. They have stepped up. They're outside, middle, and on the other side, too. You've seen Lyra, you've seen Asbury, you've seen Adams, you've seen Scott, you've seen them all. If one blue jersey goes up, they're all going up.
And with that, they took the first game. They've lost the second to Western, and there's a quick look at the stats. Poor hitting percentage for Western Kentucky, kind of glaring right now. But again, we're having a very, very competitive match today.
And you see the stats, assists, kills, and digs, very even. But check out the blocks. 9 for Middle Tennessee, and we saw those highlights there. Only 4 for Western Kentucky. Hitting percentage, Western Kentucky hitting only half of what Middle Tennessee is able to do.
By the way, Middle Tennessee, 19 fewer block shots than their opponents coming to the finals today. So again, for them to step up in the block category has been a real plus. As they get ready, Lima'u'u will be serving here for Middle Tennessee. Again, we're all tied at 1-1. Good save that time by Lyra, but she blocks it out of bounds on a good put away again. And Crystal Toller's having quite a day herself.
And a big hit by CT from the outside. She's constantly looking for Blotch to set her up on that outside. She's got such a powerful hit. I mentioned earlier that she was virtually impossible to dig CT, and that's because the ball's coming at you at about 50, 60 miles an hour.
6 kills for her so far today. Maybe pumped up a little too much as she serves out on the end line. And it's tied at 1. Middle Tennessee serving. Blotch sets it up, another block that time. Scott sets it up, good dump in that time by Summerall. You expect her to set, and she just dumps it in.
So critical for you to watch the ball, the setter, ball attacker. If you don't watch that ball come off the setter's hands, she's going to put it away every time. We've seen Summerall do that. Karen Blotch for Western Kentucky has the great ability to do that as well.
Summerall, by the way, only the 2nd player in Middle Tennessee history to go over 3,000 assists. Block on the far side, Summerall along with Scott. This Middle Tennessee club playing very well, and Western's going to be in for a real fight if they hope to get out of this one today.
And yet another block. Well, actually, that was a hit into the net. Just a bad hit by Jessica Wagner.
But I think the blocking kind of maybe intimidated her a little bit.
Oh, sure. You see that wall go up, and you make some adjustments, and perhaps you don't hit it as hard or hit it where you want.
Monasterola, young lady from Argentina, says, take that. And all of Cordova is probably up and cheering right now. 4-1 Middle Tennessee. Got such a pleasant smile about her, but she has a little intensity on the floor, no doubt about that. Serving is Megan Carter. Good save that time by Scott. Monasterola blocked that time by Blotch. Sets it up on the far side, and they try for the kill. Out. Middle Tennessee with another point. They jump up 5-1.
Wagner looking for the cross-court line that time. Just a little bit too much juice on that attack. Coach Hudson wondering if this is going to be his day. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. Nothing that he wants more than to get back to that NCAA.
Carter serving long. By the way, speaking of Wagner, she has a total of 28 kills already here in this tournament. So she doesn't miss often. But on the end line, they're serving. Magnan sets it up for Scott. Block is made. Dump in inside that zone. Good dig over by Middle and dumped in by Monasterola. She got a little touch going.
You know how sometimes when you have it, and in sports some days you bring it and you don't. Look at Lima'u'u get that. She's bringing it. The rest of the players are bringing it. Middle Tennessee just has what it takes. They are getting to every single ball today.
Well, you saw her turn around and look at the linesman, Tim King, to see if he's going to call it in, and he did. This time it is hammered out. Argabright, and another point for Middle Tennessee, and the Blue Raiders are hoping to make a runaway of this third game as Western calls a timeout, down 7-2. And the Middle Tennessee fans, I probably would not exaggerate by saying they're pretty ecstatic right now.
Oh, they're pumped up. This is their home floor, their opportunity to send Middle Tennessee to an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. We talked about, I asked the girls yesterday, you and I both saw them. Let's get a chance real quick, though, to look at the last point. Great pass, good set. Just a little bit too much juice for the freshman Argabright. But back to that point, they told us yesterday, we said, have you guys talked about what it might mean to win tomorrow's match and being able to go to the tournament? And they said, we talk about it all the time. Yeah. We talk about it during practice. We talk about it at school while we're on campus. This is a very hungry, young Middle Tennessee team. And you get the feeling that they're sort of a fearless team. And Coach Matt Pegg said they really don't have a whole lot of fear. But the unknown in that fearless team has played into their favor, I think, right. Sam.
Well, Middle Tennessee knows Western Kentucky oh so well. They had a 13-game winning streak early in the season. September the 23rd, they lost to Western Kentucky. Then they got an 11-point winning streak going, and lo and behold, November the 11th, they got that broken by Western Kentucky. So they know their streaks can come and go. Right now, they're on a real roll with a 7-2 lead and serving here against Western. But a miss serve by Monasterola. And a point goes to Western, 7-3 Middle.
Middle Tennessee did not lose a match in October. You talked about those two streaks that were broken on behalf of Western Kentucky University. What a great month of October for women's volleyball at Middle Tennessee. And Matt Pegg extremely pleased with the way that they played.
Served by Hoffmeyer, played by Western. CT almost lose it. Dumped in, nice shot by Kristen. Lyra, cross court, set, and she gets the point. Nice set that time by Teresa Slowick. And another kill once again by Lyra. She's got 10 today.
Great communication from the setters to the outside hitters. Good sets, good hits, just everything clicking on all cylinders offensively for Middle Tennessee.
Western getting their dump in, catches the line, so the point evens at 8-4. By the way, Lyra now has gone every single game with double figures on kills, or at least match. Boom, tries for another one, and she gets it. Watch can't clean that up. Kristen tried for it, but Lyra puts it too deep.
The reason why Lyra is so powerful is, first of all, she's got a big backswing, and when her hand comes back as far as it does, she's got a whole lot of room to cover in that swing. And when she hits that ball, she's putting it in a place where she already knows where she's putting it, but she also puts a lot of zest on it.
Crystal Toller gets another kill for her as she puts away her 7th, and a 9-5 Middle Tennessee lead. Agabright coming out of the game, and in comes the server. Julie Noel will come in for Western Kentucky. Noah, freshman at 5'8".
From Louisville, Kentucky.
As are quite a few from this Western team. Back set, nicely done. And again, they put it away by Lyra. She is a force on either side, doesn't matter.
Again, that 1-2 combination, set, outside hitter, and I talked about her placing the ball. You knew that she saw the gap right there in the back middle part of that court. That's where she wanted to put it, and that's where she did. Again, reading the floor so well.
Monasterola with a block. Now a dig. Summerall. And a 2-hit that time by Summerall, and it's going to be a point Western Kentucky.
Jesse Wagner in the game.
Western Kentucky, typically the team in the Eastern Division in the Sunbelt Conference that has been more dominant, people would say. But what Middle Tennessee University is doing for this conference is bringing more and more respect. We talked about this in the first part of this, but it's this kind of volleyball. It's Middle Tennessee's relentless, going out and these coaches recruiting, bringing in the local talent right here from Murfreesboro, in Asbury, in Megan Carter, #1 for Middle Tennessee. As there you see Allie Christensen's numbers.
And serves it too long. Summerall, by the way, has been caught for double hits 2 times in a row, almost to the point of catching it up in the air, then catches once again and then makes the set. She's got to be very careful with that.
Yeah, ball handling errors can kill you, especially in rally scoring where every error is a point for the other team.
Let's see if Monasterola can clean that one up. They do. Batted in by Lyra. Bot sets it up. Block on the far side by Scott. Dumping. This time they pick it up. Monasterola. Good block at the net that time. by Gideon. And Middle Tennessee can't clean it up as Western Kentucky gets back again within 3. Wow, from sideline to sideline, from baseline to baseline. I tell you what, that 18-meter attack zone has really been very busy today.
And a service error by CT, yep. Crystal Toller.
Into serve for Middle. Megan Carter. There you see a good look at the redshirt freshman.
I mentioned she was a local talent, has that very, very difficult jump float serve where the ball's like a knuckled ball and drops at the last minute. And a big power hit by Jessie Wagner.
Well, that time the block was there. She just batted it around him nicely in that cross court. And Wagner comes up with another big kill for her as she bangs in her 7th of the day.
Wagner not playing all that great in Thursday's quarterfinals, but stepped up big yesterday in the semifinals. Played much better, has a much more confidence here, and doing a great job from the left side. It's very, very difficult to guard because she comes far from the outside. How about the block?
Wagner and Argabright on the block assist there, and a big one for Western. This time a huge hit again by Scott. There's the C play. ABC, that's the way volleyball is played, ABC, and she dumps it.
That's right, ABC, 1, 2, 3. There it's coming around from the middle to the back. And look at the little emotion. We've seen emotion from both of these teams. And again, Scott waving her hand saying, this is my house, yeah. This is our house, this is our match. We've got to go pick this up.
Don't bring that in here. Hannah Randolph, again, the young lady from right here at Blackman High School in Murfreesboro, into serve. Watch. Blocked by Scott. Double hit by Western. And it'll be out another point as Randolph goes back to score hopefully another point for her off the serve, and it's 14-10 Middle. Well, a line drive serve, tough to handle by Kristen. They dumped in. Set by Sunbelt, near side Lyra. Cross court, good.
So difficult to guard. She has so many weapons in her repertoire. She can play the left-hand line when she's on the right side. She can cross court just like this. Boy, that's a difficult attack, and she has mastered that.
So Middle Tennessee is the first team to reach 15 in game 3. All tied at 1-1. Who will be the champion today? The Raiders or the Toppers? Back to find out in a moment. Well, it doesn't matter what age you are, you got to enjoy today in the volleyball, as Western Kentucky fans are right now hoping their team can come back. By the way, there's some special awards handed out, and several of those players and coaches right here with us today. We've already mentioned Blotch as the Player of the Year. Also, Imau, again, the defensive player. Samanska, again, from the FIU, the newcomer. Argabright, you've seen here with Western as a freshman, and Travis Hudson, again, the Coach of the Year. Congratulations to all of the individual players who have excelled in the Sunbelt Conference. We'll take a look at the all-conference team in just a few moments.
Several other players for Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee, as you said, all-conference honors, which we'll take a look at.
Tell you what, they are really batting that ball in hard by Middle Tennessee. Scott and Lyra having a field day today, 16-10 Middle.
Be interested to see if they're going to break any records here in this match for blocks. Middle Tennessee doing a stellar job. They continue to put the numbers up at the net, and that has taken Western Kentucky out of their game. The difference here in game 3 that we saw is Western Kentucky has made some adjustments. They're not necessarily going for the kill every time with trying to split the defense or trying to tip it over. But now what Middle Tennessee has done well is they've adjusted to that attack by laying off a little bit on their blocks and getting that tip off to start to pass and set again offensively.
Well, Dagnan too hard on the serve, out 17-11. Middle Tennessee will serve now as Scott goes back on the end line to do the honors. Dagnan makes a dig, but almost too wide. Saved and put in by Middle. There's a shot by Ashby, and she kills it away. And then using that right hand to left hand, she will use it, but it's a little sore right now.
And Asbury with just a quick short set from Summerell. The freshman, local talent, Asbury here, broke her leg. It's a great basketball player, Asbury is. Broke her leg last year. Interestingly enough, Asbury playing in just her 4th collegiate match here today.
Scott again with another line drive serve. Western setting it up. Here is Algebright. And boy, she uses all of that big 6'1" body of her to stretch out. Long arm reaches well to put it away.
The C play for Western Kentucky. Little show of emotion there. Freshman, boy, she's got a bright future. Freshman of the year, Sunbelt Conference, big power hitter. She missed the entire preseason due to mono.
Middle Tennessee.
Blotch serving, they put away by Lira.
Sunbelt serving.
And Andressa is having quite a day today. The Brazilian Flash is really putting it away with a great deal of authority today. That's her 15th kill of the match. Point, Middle Tennessee, 20-12 lead. And that one is going to be in.
Western Kentucky.
So a cross-court hammer that time by Algebright, and it's a 20-13. Welcome to our 2005 Sunbelt Conference Volleyball Championship. Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky. Hitting percentage you see there with Middle doing very well. Western not so. Sam Smith along with Tammy Blackburn. First time we've had an opportunity to work together, and it's a fun afternoon for us anyway.
Well, especially because of the volleyball that we're seeing. This Sunbelt Conference extremely impressive.
Point, Western Kentucky.
Iceberg can't block that one in the sideline, and it's a point to Western. Julie No again serving for the Hilltoppers. They're down by 6. Tipped out and a point Middle.
Middle Tennessee. Lira back to serve.
Lira back to do the serving honors. You know, Tammy, you and I had talked about Lira, how versatile she is. She can play in the back line, even though she has that good 6'1" size, and we know how well she can play along the net.
Matt Peck saying, hey, you can play just about anywhere you want because she's adjusted so well. So, Sam, that's a great point. She really is a weapon the entire court.
You saw how deep she had to go back to get that. Try for a kill. Blocked by Monteserranola, and she gets it in. So Middle Tennessee gets another point. 22-14 is Matt Peck. Really applauding on, and you know, you just have to look at the future of this volleyball team. Only one senior who does not play.
It's only going to get better. Juniors and sophomores, he told us yesterday, we don't want to do anything different tomorrow in our pregame coming into this match than we've done differently. We want to approach it the same. We want to do everything the same. Have shoot around or hit around. We want to just go eat pregame meal. We don't want to screw anything up. You know, why mess with it when it doesn't need to be fixed? But I'll tell you, they are doing something different here today, Sam, and that is putting up some much bigger numbers, statistically speaking, in terms of blocks, to have a lead over Western Kentucky.
Setting it up again for Monteserranola. Saved by Western, dumps in. Good dig, side by Monteserranola again. Another good block. Adams, dig on the back line by Kristen. Huge hit off the setup up the middle again, and another good one put in by Gideon.
Set attack, that middle attacking from Western Kentucky University, Jenna Gideon, just a sophomore from West Lafayette, Indiana.
Think about her hit. She sets that arm so well behind before she gets in the air. And she's ready like a tennis serve to really hammer it down your throat.
Timeout, Middle Tennessee.
Point Western Kentucky, 22-17. Now Middle wants to use one of their 2 timeouts inside the game. By the way, a couple of assistants on that sideline for Western Kentucky have been very instrumental in making things happen, along with Coach Todd Hudson, and of course they work very well on the sideline with the coach.
Oh, Natalie Fury, former all-conference player, and Amanda Schiff, last year's 2004 preseason player of the year. There you see him sporting the black and white sweatsuits. 2 players that Coach Hudson says bring a lot to this team. He likes to recruit former players to play because he said there's a relational aspect there that I can't really explain. It's about pride in playing and coaching for your alma mater. And the girls really enjoy it. They said it's just a great opportunity for us. But Sam, I got to say, I asked both of them, do you want to become head coaches someday of a volleyball program? And they both shook their head no. And I looked at Coach Hudson. I said, that's a huge sign of respect for you, saying that that's how difficult your job is. And that's what they've learned as a coach.
You see the score, Middle Tennessee with the lead, 22-17. They're all tied, 1 game apiece so far. 30-21, Middle taking the first game. 30-26, Western taking the second. Allie Kristen will be serving here for the Hilltoppers. Leimau with the dig. Adams trying for the kill and gets it. Here comes Scott back in as Asbury checks out. There's a good look at Adams again, who comes up with another big kill for her. As a matter of fact, that's, however, only her first out of 16 total attacks today, so that was a big kill for her.
Ashley Adams not as involved in this match today as she was last night. She's very agile, smooth left-hander. We've seen the battle of the southpaws, but for Middle Tennessee, Ashley Adams, a freshman, the first ever Middle Tennessee AVCA National Player of the Week honor. So congratulations and hats off to number 7 right there, Ashley Adams. Brought something to this Middle Tennessee State University team that they need.
Hits long. She'll be replaced in the lineup. Megan Carter coming in, and you see how well Matt Peck, of course, relating with his young ladies, coaching along the way, but still with a smile on their face. They know that the system is going to work, and it is already at Middle. We know it's already worked for a long time at Western Kentucky, but they can't allow this one, as Dagnan really didn't get much of a jump on that one, trying for the dig point Middle. They're 5 points away from taking a 2-1 advantage in this championship.
I hate to say this, but I know what Coach Hudson is thinking right now. He says, is this going to be another one of those, we got to this point and we just didn't close the deal?
Western Kentucky getting a point makes it 25-19. You know, Tammy, only 7 games were taken beyond 3 games this year in the matches, 7 matches beyond 3 games for Western Kentucky. Only once in the last 14, 2 times in the last 27. So when it gets to that 4th game, it'll be a little bit of a foreign territory for them.
You also have to remember a Western Kentucky University team that lost 4 very good seniors last year, 2 outside hitters, 1 defensive specialist, and 1 middle hitter who happens to be Amanda Schiff, who we just talked about, who's now the first-year assistant coach for Western Kentucky.
Agabar, oh, she changed that kill almost in midair. Was going to go down the middle, elected to go on the left sideline, and got the kill. She tries to dink it in this time. Picked up. They cannot clean it up on the dig, and it goes another point to Western as they tighten this game down 25-21.
And Lamau unable to get that and will slap her hands at the end of that play. She really wanted her team to pick that up. She went down on that floor, slid to get that ball. You've seen her do that so many times. Lamau reminds me of a player at University of Minnesota, one of the best liberos I've ever seen, Paula Gentile. She is very reminiscent of her. There's nothing that she can't get. But how about Western Kentucky's Ashley Dagnan? Fired up.
26-21, they trail by 5, serving Middle Tennessee. Sent to the far side. A hammering shot that time by Wagner. Agabright dumps it in. Lyra blocked. Great block that time by Blotch and Agarbar.
And I'll tell you what, Lyra and Blotch just stared at each other eye to eye and gave each other, I tell you, if looks could kill, look at that block, rejection. And look at Blotch, she's looking right at Lyra across underneath that net.
Lyra with 17 kills already. They know that she's the force. And she'll get maybe another one. No! Great dig by Dagnan on the back line. Scott will put it away. Oh, it's just good fun volleyball today.
Sam, this is one of the best volleyball matches I have ever seen. And I am dead serious. I've seen a lot of volleyball, but check out these saves. It has been about saves and blocks. This is a textbook match for both of these teams.
Asbury with the roof. Dumps it down for a 28-22 lead. 2 points away from going up 2-1 in this match against Western Kentucky as Middle will serve and Scott will do the honors. Big by Hoffmeyer, set by Blotch. Agabright blocked by Lyra. Lyra will set this up as Summerall will dump it in. Blotch with another set. Agabright blocked. But it's going to go out, and it'll be Western Kentucky and the point, 28-23 Middle. Wow.
It just doesn't get any more exciting than this. I mean, we are in game 3, and it is battle to battle, swapping points.
Blotch, great concentration on that serve. Summerall sets up a short set, that time for Asbury. Catching Western looking one way or the other, and she just went cross-court on him and put it in easily.
And I'll tell you, she nearly missed that attack because the set was a little bit high, but because of her hang time, she was able to hang up there a little bit more and just grab the bottom of that ball and kill that with some power.
I thought she'd found a hook up there. She was definitely hanging for a while. Long serve, too strong. Montesarola will knock it out. It'll be Western with the ball, and coming in will be Julie No to serve. 29-24, Middle Tennessee, a point away from taking a 2-1 advantage in the match. Lear will try to get it. Good dig off the inline by Hoffmeyer. Blocked out that time by Adams along with Asbury, both going up. Point to Western, down by 4.
That was a huge play by Hoffmeyer. She got down. Actually, her momentum was taking her backwards, and she saved that point.
Picked up by Montesarola, sets for Lyra, and she puts it away. And Lyra now barking across the net at Western Kentucky as they go off to the side. Now Western trails 2-1 as Middle with a huge lift to their fans here in Murfreesboro. They take a 30-25 advantage and a 2-1 advantage in the games in the best of 3. So the weary looks on their eyes. They'll go to game 4. Can Middle Tennessee put it away, or does Western laugh their way into another one? We'll find out in just a moment.